Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Center Sports Talk with the one and only Harry Chaz. Today is Tuesday, June 9th. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It seems like it's been a while since we've been last on. A lot of developments going back and forth with the NBA. Baseball cannot figure it out. And we have a special guest, as always, the one and only Izzy Mosseri, who will be joining us momentarily. Hope everybody's doing well. It was a nice weekend, a little rainy in the beginning, but Saturday was a little bit warm. Sunday was beautiful. Hope everybody got a chance to go outside and enjoy with their family. We're getting there, little by little. We're hopefully getting there where we're able to get closer and closer. To getting back to hopefully some normality. But we're almost there, not there yet. So we are going to talk about right now MLB and my frustrations with the MLB, because right now it is just insane that they cannot figure this out. All these different the back and forths with the Players Association and the owners. It's just the 76 games, 114 games. They're gonna get this percentage, that percentage, and they can't figure it out. And the more and more the wait, the less and less time there's going to be for baseball. And they already missed the deadline of June 1st, where they were hoping to hopefully start things up July 4th weekend. That came and gone. The more and more the wait, the less and less games are going to be played. And the more and more this takes on, my feelings are there will not be baseball come this season. And that would be a shame. And I hope I'm wrong. But the more and more I feel, it just doesn't seem like it's going in the right direction. Not enough bending on either parts. But all right. Well, we'll see what happens. So let's get to it. We have a special guest here tonight, Izzy Mosseri. Izzy Mosseri with the Mosseri family, who I love. Me and Esmo and Shamrit grew up together. We went to high school together, elementary school together. Me and Esmo would talk Knicks nonstop and our frustrations. At the time, though, it was a lot of fun because the Knicks were actually relevant. But nowadays, not so much. But Izzy's a great kid and hard worker. Plays the game the right way. Is a leader on and off the court, and he's been doing some great things, and we're gonna have him on. So let's talk more with Izzy right now. Let's get him on. Let's see if he's there.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hi.
How you doing, my friend? Good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got a lot of fans on here today. I gotta tell you that it's blowing up. It's blowing up right now. I love it.
Yeah.
How you doing today? Everything is good? The family's good?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm glad. Well, I know it's not the same as like being in the center and playing ball in the gym. We're gonna pick your brain a little bit on some different things about ballers. We'll talk about some travel basketball. We'll try to stay away from the Knicks because I know it's a sore subject. Your dad will tell you. Me and him go way back. We'll start with ballers. So ballers, why is it important? Why was ballers important in your growth?
Because it was my first time playing with 5-on-5 and with coaches and refs.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely for those who are just starting in basketball. It's really their first step in playing in a league format or in a regulation type of game, like you said, with referees and having coaching telling you what to do. And those coaches sometimes were parent coaches, and sometimes it was outside coaching. And did you find it easier or harder to play under a father coach or a regular coach?
It was harder to play with a harder coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, to play under a coach is definitely, is not always easy, and you always have to buy into the system. And with ballers, it's very hard because you guys don't get to really practice, prior to games. It's not like travel basketball or playing for your school team where you practice, sometimes 2 nights a week, 3 nights a week, or whatever it is. Here, you come Sunday and you're playing ball, and that's it. Here, you're five. You don't get a chance to really gel, and you just make it work on the court.
Yeah.
Um, how did it prepare you for travel basketball and for Mag and David? How did it prepare you?
It prepared me for like stronger competition.
It prepared you for stronger competition. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of these kids that you're playing versus are most likely the kids are going to be on technically the same team as you, or you may be playing against one day in a different school. So yeah, I mean, it definitely gives you an upper hand to get that the juices flowing and knowing what to do in those type of game situations. It that definitely prepares you for those type of situations.
Yeah.
Um, Give me your best memorable moment in bowlers, because I know you must
It's
have a couple.
yeah. I won with the Heat in sixth grade.
You won with the Heat. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Do you
Like
remember the
with
game?
um yeah, it was a close game. We went into OT. Shammy hit the half court shot. I don't know how. He like banked it in.
Now, to remind people, because I'm remembering this now, this game happened on a Saturday night, I believe, right?
Yeah, and like in first grade, it was also in Saturday night. So yeah,
So this game we got pushed off, or we had to play it earlier. I forget the situation why we had to move it to a Saturday night game, and I remember the gym. I mean, full to capacity.
yeah,
It was amazing. And yes, I remember, I think it was a half court shot or something that brought the game into overtime.
yeah,
And it was such an amazing feeling in that gym. And you guys both left it there on the court. Either team who would have won, um, the losing team shouldn't have never hung their head because they played hard.
yeah,
And it was probably one of the top, I would say probably the top 10 moments in bowlers history for me. And that's a lot of years in bowlers that I've experienced and watching people grow. And for me, that was probably the top 10 bowlers moments. And we should do a top 10 list. That would be pretty cool. Like, Sports Center does a top 10. We should
yeah,
do that. We should work on that. I
yeah,
think I got the juices flowing. We're gonna work on that. I gotta go into the archives. I gotta see if we have the top place. I gotta look at it. So let's go into travel basketball for a little bit.
yeah.
Um, what did you learn about yourself playing on a travel basketball team with
Um,
Jake?
that that I needed to get better like conditioning.
Conditioning.
Yeah,
So for a lot of people who don't know, people just think, oh, because I have the skills, I can shoot, I can hit a layup, all right, I'll make the team. But conditioning, a lot of the coaches who have been on this show and a lot of some of the NBA players that we've had, and ex-coaches, they say the same thing. It's all about conditioning. And if can't make it up and down the court, and the court is big, and you're playing the long way now. You're not playing the short way. You're playing the long way, and you're just going up and down maybe two or three times. You're huffing and puffing, and you can't catch your breath.
yeah,
And that's why it's important during these times. Even when you're not playing ball now, you're not, go outside, run back and forth, do some suicide drills, even, and just get your juices flowing so you're able to be ready for those type of situations. Um, what did it feel like playing versus outside competition? Now, this is not bowlers. You're not playing versus your friends. This is people you've never seen before. You're walking into their gym. They're walking into our gym. What was it like?
it was more challenging because like I didn't know like their game style.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, even for the coaches, like, oh, parents would ask, oh, who are you playing? And you say, oh, we're playing this team, and we don't know what they're like, and we don't know, we don't scout them. We're not looking at
Yeah,
some video footage of what they've done in the past. So it is. It's definitely hard to prepare for something that you've never seen before. And then once, and people get intimidated because you're walking into the gym and you see somebody who may be taller than you or looks stronger than you. But
You get scared.
you get a little scared. But at the end of the day, you guys got to remember that you guys can play with anybody any day of the week and twice on Sunday because you guys, especially you live, eat, sleep basketball, and you have the proper training and you have the proper coaching. Yeah, you could do great things. What skill do you think you improved in from travel basketball?
Defense.
Defense.
Yeah.
Tell me a little about that.
Like, I wanted to get better at defense because these people were like better than us. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's one of the things that most coaches like to do prior to the season starting is giving the kids to write down three things prior to the season starting, three things that they want to improve in going into the season. And what we do is at the end of the season, we look at it to see if we met those goals. So if you want to become better defensively, you want to work on your mid-range game, you want to work on your layups, you want to work on your free throws, things like that. Those are important because everybody should have a goal. No one goes in thinking I can't improve in anything. Even as coaching, we all want to improve in our coaching skills and how we relay messages to to our players. Are we putting out a game plan that's going to work for you and versus the teams that we play against? So my next question would be this. I remember, I try to forget it sometimes because it was a little bit hard for me. The championship game, Bucks versus Hawks.
Yeah.
And that gym also was something to be seen in a game that I want to say, I don't remember that. If Jakey was here, I'm sure maybe you would remember too. I think it went into overtime as well.
It did. It did.
It did, right?
Went into double overtime.
It was double overtime game in
Yeah.
a game that was for the ages. And you guys ultimately won. And what was that feeling like?
I didn't even notice that we won.
Really? I did.
I saw everyone run on the court. I looked at the score and I was like, we won.
So for those who don't remember, before that game even started, it's playing travel basketball, playing versus outside competition, and two center teams made the championship game, and we were able to have the game in our own gym as opposed to playing somewhere else. And before that game started, we had both our teams and the dads and everybody circle around mid-court and just say, hey, you know what? Yes, we know we're going to play and someone has to win or lose, but we're all winners here. And this is the center family because this is, you're playing versus some of your closest friends on the other side. And sometimes it's hard. And even for me and Jakey, who are very close, yes, me and him are, very close, but that, during game time, we both wanted to win that game. And hats off to you and your team for pulling that off because it was such a great game to be a part of, even though we lost. It was epic. It was like probably also top 3, I would say, travel basketball games that I've ever witnessed in my career. I've been doing now travel basketball now for 8 years, and I'm sure Richie Simon would say the same because it was just an amazing game how it went back and forth, and no one wanted to give in, and you guys took it. So we were also on you were also on the Mag and David team this past year.
Yeah.
Tell me how that felt to put on your school colors and represent your school in playing ball.
It felt good.
It felt good?
Yeah, I felt like I was getting older and older every year.
It's definitely a different feel. And I can tell you, I mean, I wish during my day, and I'm sure your dad would say the same, that we had that where we could start playing for our school teams in 6th grade and 7th grade. Maybe we had to wait till high school. And, to play for your school team, you feel pride in that because you're representing your school, and you have the top guys in your grade going out playing versus Flatbush, Barkai, YDE, Sade. Tell me how your season went.
We actually made it to the finals.
Yeah, you made it to the finals.
Yeah.
Who were you supposed to face?
After.
After. Ooh, that would have been a tough game.
We beat them once.
Okay.
And we beat North Shore in the semifinals.
All right, so it looked like Mag and David was going places. I think the seventh grade team also made it to the finals too, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so listen, Mag and David has a great a basketball program out there. Shout out to them. And I'm just listening to what your dad is saying here. Wish we had bowlers. I wish we had bowlers too. I wish we had a lot of things during this age, Esmo. I mean, I think a lot of the kids don't realize what you guys have and the training that you guys are getting now with all out there for basketball is just amazing. And to be able to see how you kids have grown from when you were, what, second graders starting off in ballers, and now you're in your sixth grade going into seventh grade. That's it's amazing, and I'm sure you see the improvement. And you said you're getting older, and you're seeing where you once were, and now where you've become. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Izzy. It doesn't stop here, and you're gonna continue to grow, and your game is gonna continue to excel. Um, don't give up and keep on playing and do your thing. Let's talk some NBA. As it is a painful subject, though. NBA is coming back hopefully at the end of July. They're all going into Orlando, and obviously the Knicks are not going to be there, which is okay because it just would have
No
been a
worries.
waste of a trip. It would have been a waste of a trip for them, and let them save their money and save the agony of this happening. But you're a Knicks fan, correct?
Yeah.
I would hope so because you're living in under that roof, and I think your dad would kick you out no matter what. Um, Tell me what you think the Knicks need to do in order
They
to
just
get there.
they
No,
just
sorry.
need to get a very good player, like who can carry the team, like Giannis, Harden, and Westbrook.
I mean,
Westbrook carried the Thunder, so
hey, listen, Westbrook is one of my favorite players in this day, and especially when he played for Oklahoma City. I'm a little bit upset that he went to Houston. I would have liked him to stay with Oklahoma and make his run. He can do it all, and when he has his game on, he's on. I mean, he could score, he can rebound, he can assist, and he plays hard. He can get a little bit cocky at times, but at the same time, he really can control the game.
he's very
Um,
strong.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Um, but for the Knicks, to me, there's a lot that they need to do, and it really starts from the top. I think, unfortunately, James Dolan one day miraculously has to go. I think they need some new leadership, and now hopefully they're going to get a new coach. And I know it's
Mike Wooden.
between. So you want Mike Wooden?
Yeah.
I don't think you remember that we had Mike Wooden once upon a time.
I know, 2013.
That's
We made
right.
it to the playoffs with him.
We did. We had a different team, and nothing against him, but I just didn't think. I don't think that he's the right move. That's just my opinion. I would like to have Thibodeau, but I have a feeling they're going to botch this and they're going to get nobody. That's what I feel.
They have
And
so much
it'll
money
be
and they're
very
not
sad.
getting anyone.
Well, back in the day, it used to be a place where you wanted to play. Everybody used to love coming to New York and playing in the greatest arena. And nowadays, and you see with Durant, it wasn't even a thought process.
I
And
thought they were going to
people,
actually get them.
so did I. I was really hoping if it wasn't Durant, it would hopefully be Zion, and we would get lucky and get the first pick, and that didn't even happen. And nothing against R.J. Barrett, and I watched him playing in Duke, and he's a good ball player, but he's not somebody who's going to carry the team. Same way that Kevin Knox, he is sophomore slump. We don't have enough around us to build these players, and there's so many moving pieces. You have a coach every other season. These players are coming on 1-year deals. You can't get any continuity together. Imagine you're playing on a team, and all of a sudden the next year that your teammate just leaves and he's going somewhere else, and the next year you get somebody else, and the next year you get somebody else. How are you supposed to produce? It's too hard. But let's not talking about the Knicks because it's making my heart ache too much. If the season didn't resume, who do you think would have been your MVP of the season?
Giannis.
Giannis, how come?
Because he's strong. He could drive to the basket. And I don't think Chris Middleton's that good to be an all-star, and I think he's carrying the Bucks to first place.
Right. So it's funny because I also said the same thing. Giannis, to me, should be the MVP. I think Milwaukee is if Giannis doesn't play, then all of a sudden, that team goes nowhere. And look, they have the best record in the NBA right now, and which is amazing. Yes, they're playing in the East. Yes, the East is not so good, but at the same time, yes, LeBron. If he, were to get hurt or misses a couple of games, you still have Anthony Davis. You still have other players around him that can carry that team in order to, hopefully, keep them afloat. Who's your most shocking team this
The
NBA
Thunder.
season? The Thunder. How come?
They had a .2 chance of making the playoffs. That's why. And they're fifth in the West, and the West is very good.
It's amazing, and we did a poll much earlier once we started this broadcast, a few months ago, and we thought, it was between Oklahoma and Toronto, because those are two teams really, to me, that really shocked me this season. Oklahoma, for the reasons you said, once Westbrook left, I did not think in a million years that they would be as good, even with Chris Paul there, and Chris Paul's a good point guard, but I didn't think they would be able to compete in the West, and they proved me wrong beyond wrong. And now you're looking at Toronto, who just wins a championship. Kawhi Leonard leaves, and you're thinking, all right, they'll still make the playoffs, but all right, maybe a 7 seed, a 6 seed. Siakam, probably the most improved player in my mind, and he was great last year, and even 10 times better without Kawhi. Kyle Lowry still got some game. He can still play. And yes, it's in the East, and yes, the East is not as competitive, but at the same time, no one thought they would be this good that fast. I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah.
At all. What do you think about the Nets? The Nets get they get Durant, they get Kyrie. What do you think that's going to happen?
They're gonna get out the first round this year, and next year they're gonna make it to the finals.
So do you think? And I mean, Kevin Durant already said at this point that he wasn't going to. He wasn't gonna play the rest of the season, which I thought was a very smart move. I was against him coming back, and especially in this situation. But do you think? So I guess you answered my question already. That you think they would be knocked out in the first round.
Yeah.
I think they have a good young team, and I even thought that before Kevin Durant and Kyrie came to the Nets, with Dinwiddie and LeVert. These guys really can play, and they're a young team. Joe Harris, Allen. I think, especially in the East, because it's not so competitive. I think that they have a chance. They have a shot. I mean, it depends who they would get matched up in the first round. But it would be interesting to see when they come back, because like your father's writing right now, it's funny because I have the same thought process. It would make things more interesting, 100%. But at the same time, I mean, I guess for the past 2 months, basketball hasn't been playing anyway, but they really have no continuity right now playing with them. They've never seen them on the court together yet. And Colin Cowherd's one of my favorites, Leron. That's one of my favorites. I like watching him on Fox Sports 1. They don't have that continuity of playing with each other yet and playing with the team that's already out there. And I think you need sort of a training and a full training and going through the camps and going through all that stuff to then start them off. So I agree, and I also disagree with the fact that I still think the Nets would be good without those two playing. That's just me. I think they're too injury prone. I think that if they could stay healthy, that forget about it. But for the fact with all these injuries that they've had, Izzy, I don't know if they can do it. I just don't know. So I'm going to ask you one last question before I let you go. I'm just going to go through the comments just to make sure I didn't miss anybody and what they were saying. Someone asked Izzy, do you think LeBron will get another ring in LA?
He's getting one this year.
This year. So this leads me to my next question, which would be, who do you think they would face in the championship?
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yeah.
So you don't see any upset.
No.
All right. So I threw this out there the other day. Um,
I mean, I
and
would like to see Clippers Bucks, but just not Clippers Raptors, but just it's not gonna happen.
so I think, and I could be wrong, so I don't think the Lakers or the Bucks are making it to the championship game. That's my feeling. I have a feeling it's going to be the Clippers versus, ready for this?
What?
The Boston Celtics.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That
Boston
that
Celtics are also good.
that's just me, only because of two reasons. One, I think Boston's very underrated. And listen, I don't like Boston. You know me. I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah,
I
nobody.
don't. I'm not a Boston Celtic fan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think they have enough to get there, and I don't think Milwaukee has enough talent to carry them through. And I think once the playoffs start, it's a whole different ball game, especially in a season like this where you had a stoppage in play, and now you have to get reset and restart again. I think it's really anybody's taking, but I always felt that Boston could make a big surprise and make a run. Clippers is not such a big of a shock. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
The like Jalen Brown will go. Jalen Brown will like go in Giannis's head and like annoy him.
Right.
So he's like play bad.
But you know what? It would be a good matchup between him and Patrick Beverley, because Patrick Beverley is also somebody who could get into your head
Yeah.
very easily.
Yeah.
And he's done it multiple times to a lot of players. So I think that would be a great matchup. And also be Doc Rivers playing versus his old team. And listen, I'm excited for the NBA to come back. I hope it works. I hope it brings the excitement, because obviously, we're big sports fans and we're not able to play sports, or we're not to be able to, in the center right now playing ballers or playing travel basketball, finishing your season up with school. Us sports fans, we need this. And, the only thing that I've really seen that's come close is the Korean baseball. And I don't know if people saw, they had in the stands, because obviously you can't have any fans there. They had dolls. Yeah, so SpongeBob and this, and I thought that was funny. That would be really, really funny for Major League Baseball to do that, or even the NBA would be pretty funny if they did that too. Emil Cohen saying Miami can also make a surprise run. They can. Miami's also a very young team. They can definitely run anybody in the East. And like I said, I think there's a lot of teams that could overthrow Milwaukee. I think Toronto can. I think Boston can. Miami definitely can. Who else am I missing in this list? I don't know if the Nets could.
No way.
Who else? Was it Washington? I think may have been.
Washington.
But with no, East is, like you said, the East is wide open. So it's really for anybody for the taking. And it's going to make it interesting. It's going to make it interesting. I really do think it's going to be something we're going to remember, and you're going to remember this. Like I remember there was a stoppage in play on the '99 season when the Knicks made it to the championship game. It's before your time. Your dad can remember this when the Knicks were the 8th seed and made it all the way. And they made it, and they played San Antonio that year, and we were hoping for. We were hoping for one of these, ticker tape parades in the city, and it never happened, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, one more question, because the questions are coming in, and everybody loves you here. I mean, I could stay on here all day. I have nowhere else to go. But they want to know: do you think Zion is the rookie of the year?
No way.
No way. Who do you think it is?
Ja Morant. Ja Morant's carrying the Grizzlies to eighth seed in the West.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Zion played enough games, and I think Ja Morant shocked a lot of people in the way he's playing. And even though Memphis is not such a great team right now, but they're in the right direction, and they will grow. Dad's writing, yes, the Allen Houston's runner was epic. The Larry Johnson's 4-point play. I mean, those were the days when that Garden was just thriving and crazy. And I don't know if your dad ever made you watch any of these old Knicks, Pacers.
I saw. I know
Is he-
about the 4.5.
No, but just going back when the Knicks played Michael Jordan and they played the Reggie Miller and all these, it was heart-wrenching. It was very aggravating, but at the same time, it was so thrilling. And now you're watching these Knicks games and there's no thrill. There's no nothing, and we need that thrill back. And so I attest that you and your dad become the coaches of the Knicks, make it work. You could be the player coach. You could play on on the court, be the point guard for the Knicks. They don't have enough as it is. Might as well put you on there too and show them how it's done. Let your dad lead this team to a championship. We can have a parade down Ocean Parkway that leads into the city, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go. But Izzy, really, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. You are a tremendous kid and the future has bright things for you. I can't wait to see what it has in store for you, whether it be in school or at the center. And we can't wait to see you back in the center, tearing up our courts and making more memories from ballers and travel teams to come.
Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Bye.
Well, that was Izzy Mosseri. Like I said, he's a tremendous kid, tremendous family. There's not enough things I could say about them. I said me and Esmo go really way back, and it's amazing. Where we were when we were playing high school ball, and while watching our kids play is it's a tremendous honor, and watching him play, and it's great. It's really great, and I can't wait for the day where that center is booming back with kids. Hopefully, it's coming soon. We're getting closer and closer, I hope, and we can see, kids playing together where they belong at the Sephardic Community Center. If Bagley comes back, De'Aaron Fox can lead the Kings to the last spot. I don't disagree. I think the Kings also have a very young team. I don't know if they have enough. I need a boy. I need a boy. I'm living vicariously through my girls. And yes, like Richie said, he is definitely one of the finest people at the center, the Mosseri family. We love you guys. But yeah, the Kings can definitely make a run. And definitely make a run to the playoffs, but I don't think they have enough just because they don't have enough experience. But you got to get there to have the experience, right? So you never know. Again, yes, this is the DFNE hoodie. This is the one and only hoodie you should be wearing. Go to the website. Look at it. I think there's actually a giveaway, if I'm not mistaken, going on right now. So this one is Legend. I have the Center Sports Talk. He has so many different ones. Hype. He has Hype, Dahak, Dope, all these different ones. Moses Smecky, amazing. Go check out his website. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. It's really been a lot of fun. We are going to have, on Thursday night, we will have, my mind's going blank, Juki Shaheba will be joining us Thursday night as our special guest. And we will talk all the great things. Hopefully, maybe more news will come out from baseball. Maybe, hopefully, some surprising things will come out. Phoenix, Booger, Eitan, Oubre also shouldn't be ruled out. You're right. Oh, listen, there's a lot of talent out there, but you know who doesn't have the talent? The Knicks. It's not, and it's sad. It's so sad. They should be one of those teams that we should be talking about, especially in the East. There's no reason why we can't be under 500 team that's going to possibly make the playoffs. It's a shame you don't want it to be that way, but it's the easy way in, and we can't even do that. And then we're not even good enough. We're not even bad enough to even get one of the top 3 spots. So we're in the no man's land, and doesn't make anything work. But again, thank you all for joining me tonight. Wishing you all great things. And we will see you again Thursday night. Oh, one last thing, and I forgot to mention. I know a lot of our viewers already just left, but whoever's going to be watching later on, hopefully, we are moving horse competition to Wednesday nights at 5:30. Wednesday night at 5:30, and it's going to be on Instagram Live. No more Zoom, no more the Z word. We're going Instagram Live, horse competition. Got to take me on for the crown. Victor Debach, the only one who can do it so far, and I know a lot of people asked for last Friday who wanted to challenge me, and due to the weather we couldn't do it, but we'll have it tomorrow night. And if we need another one, we'll do it again on Friday. But I want to see my phone blowing up with DMs telling me they want to face me. Winner gets trophies and get some great acknowledgement as they beat, the one and only Harry Chaz. So yeah, look for the promo. You'll see it. Great things happening at the center as always. So again, everybody have a great night. This is the Center Sports Talk with Harry Chaz, Scott Van Pelt lookalike, signing out.